Hey guys, back at it. This is day 219 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were prompted through a meditation session. I was intuitively prompted to just record and post my daily diary entries and put them on a large platform. I was really resistant at first, and it came to me 3 times. So for me, 3 times is the magic number, so to speak. And I just listened and followed through. When I completed the 100 days, I decided personally to keep it going for 1 year. I loved all the consistency and work that actually, just as simple as recording and posting daily diaries had on me. So let's get into day 219. So today is a Thursday. We are still in Florida. It's gorgeous, gorgeous weather down here. Absolutely beautiful. Been enjoying the sun and getting some extra time in it. Today is the day after we did the house hunting and I did my sound bath. So I have been feeling really almost like purging of emotions and feelings. So typically I'm really happy. I'm in a great mood. I am silver lining girl. I am positivity. But today I've been feeling really pissy. And sometimes I can feel that when I am purging like deep, unsettled, emotions that are kind of stuck there. So with sound baths and breath work and those kind of modalities, when you get work done and when things are unstuck, this is not across the board, but I typically start feeling a little bit of those emotions that are unsticking and releasing. So I was the pissy is the only word that really describes how I was feeling. But I did get up. I did get into my workout routine. Water, 5 minutes of kettlebells, 10 minutes of stretching, 5 minutes of kettlebell, followed by acupressure. Now I've been changing up my acupressure where I've been doing feet strengthening, just because I've noticed when I'm dancing or walking or anything that my ankles and feet strength have really reduced somehow. So I'm out being aware of it, and now I'm focusing on that. So taking my acupressure pillow and putting it on the floor and then standing on it and moving my foot around little by little for 5 minutes each foot has been really just bringing blood flow and, healing powers to my feet and ankles. So that's what I've been changing up. So I did all of that, my normal stuff in the morning, getting my water, getting my 20-30 grams of protein in, sitting outside, getting that first light, having a little bit of meditation. And then today I had scheduled some Restore Hyper Wellness services. So infrared sauna, an hour session, and cryotherapy. So I really quickly, the kids were still sleeping and resting. My mom was getting ready for work, and I quickly just went over to Restore to do my services, and then when I was done, headed back. But having that 1 hour sauna time is like just putting myself in a meditation box. It is so amazing. I have been really enjoying it, putting the handpan music on and just like meditating for a whole hour. I was able to, in that time, detect and be aware that my pissiness was due to, that cleansing and purging after the sound bath. So I just decided to make myself aware of it, understand that it's okay to feel the feelings, but it's not okay to fall into that and react and be reactive to the people around me. So just being aware of that moving throughout the day. I finished my services and got in the car and went back to the house. My mom headed out to work and I was hanging out with the kids. Now, to just go along with the day where I was feeling kind of on edge, a little pissy, like I said, The 2 key fobs that I had gotten from my new car, one of them was completely dead. The battery didn't work at all. And the other one had given me some problems the night before when I was leaving the sound bath. It didn't recognize that I had a key. And so it wouldn't let me start the car for a little bit. So I was just getting really frustrated and upset that they would sell me a car with keys that didn't work. So I reached out and I was like, hey, I'm not happy. This is what happens. What's the solution? And so they just said, come on down. We'll fix the keys. No problem. So then I asked my son, got him ready, and we went together to go get the keys fixed. My daughter was just going to hang out at the house. She wasn't showered or ready yet. She was just taking it very easy. And so my son and I hopped in the car, had a really nice drive and chat and just hanging out together session on the drive over. Then we got there and they immediately were so apologetic and fixed the keys with the batteries right away. Perfect. Beautiful. Got back in the car with my son and we drove back, and we had made this deal again. He wanted some snacks and a drink, and I said, well, let's make a sweeter deal. If I get you these snacks and drinks, will you take a shower immediately when we get home? Because he had to take a shower anyway. So yes, that was the deal that we made. But if I'm circling back just a little bit, I totally forgot, even though this was one of the things that made me pissy and got me in a little bit of a frustration too. The toilet had been clogged upstairs in the bathroom, and it was a really nasty clog. And my mom said she tried to unclog it and she was done trying. So it was my turn. So I was like, okay, I don't mind. I do that all the time. So I went up and I tried to unclog it, and it just kept getting soupier and yuckier. And the plunger was not adequate for the toilets. So I tried my best and I got splattered a little bit. And once I got splattered a little bit, that was me not wanting to do any more of it. So I tried some tricks: baking soda, hot water, let it sit for a little bit, try again. And this was all before I went to do the keys with my son. But nothing I was trying was working. So I just let it sit. And my mom said that she was going to order one of these air plungers where you pump it up with air and it has so much pressure and it just pushes it out. And it should be there later that day. So I left the toilet alone, got myself changed and everything, and then went with my son to do the keys. And so when he was wanting to take a shower, I was saying that it would have to be a different shower because that bathroom was not smelling good. So he agreed and we got his snack. And as we were on the way back from getting his snack and getting the keys done, we were driving and just talking and laughing and doing different things. And there's this guy in all red with a big backpack and a jacket. And I'm not sure if I should categorize him as homeless, but he did look of the homeless persuasion, like he was carrying all of his belongings kind of thing. But he did have socks and slides on, sandal slides. And as we were driving down the road and he was just walking on the sidewalk, he did an air karate kick and his sandal flipped off of his foot and behind him. And both my son and I saw it and we just started cracking up and dying laughing, and we couldn't stop laughing. It was just such a funny thing to see. And that was just a really fun thing to experience together and have that break in just our calmness that we were having, is that comedy relief. So we both laughed and released all of those, fun, happy emotions. I got the keys fixed, so that was less of a worry for me. And then when we got home, I checked on the toilet and it's still nothing has happened. So waited until the plunger thing came. And once the plunger thing came, I opened it up, looked at the instructions, did it. the air pressure did not unclog the toilet. It was me taking the plunger thing with the bulb at the end and just shoving it down the drain as many times as I could, and then it unclogged. So it did unclog, but not exactly the way that it was supposed to. But frustrations that I encountered were alleviated and quickly remedied, and at least I was aware that I was on a little bit of an edge, and there was a lot of things that happened throughout the day that made my day better. I got to hang out with the kids, spend like 2 hours outside in the sun. My daughter hung out with me and we talked a little bit. I have been continuing to make sure that all of paperwork that I need for kids' schools is in alignment, and that I'm, preparing as much as I can to move. And then also throughout the whole day, I have been thinking over the housing situation, and looking at houses made me realize that I did not want a full house and yard to myself. That I was like, it just feels like it's too much. It doesn't feel right. It just feels like, even though these houses are beautiful, they have a lot of space, I feel like it's too much. And for some reason, it was just an unsettled feeling. And I was like, okay, I'll go with it. Maybe my body and my spirit, and just, I want to live tiny. So I was thinking about that large house with all the rooms for everybody, and thinking, how we all have our own spaces and we can kind of tuck away if we needed to, and whatnot. So just thinking over all the housing situation, different scenarios, how I was feeling about it, trying to have open communication about the kids and what they were feeling about it. And then being in the house, the family house, for like the last 2 weeks has made me reminisce about the past and how I've raised both kids pretty much in that house. And I gave birth to my son in that house. And I have their markings of growth on the kitchen door frame. And, it's just, that house feels like home. It feels familiar. It feels like that's where my family has grown up. So just having those feelings, and then also thinking about a new space and understanding that it's not about the actual physical thing. It's about the people. And, so yeah, all these things kind of circling around in my mind and trying to feel out what feels the best and feels right. And then I just decided this is a little too much and overwhelming. I am just going to accept all these feelings and then now release it. And whatever happens, happens. Whatever house is meant for me will be there when I am ready to get it. And I will know, and things will point in the right direction. Everything will be in alignment. I no longer need to obsess and worry about this. So that was good. I let that go. I got my keys fixed, like I said. I fixed the toilet, which was great. Got to clean all around the toilet area and make everything back to the way it was. So it was just a relaxing evening. I didn't plan on going anywhere or doing anything. I was feeling kind of exhausted, just like, again, a symptom or sign of your body releasing and purging after one of these modality experiences. And I just leaned into that and just stayed home and didn't do anything. I did reach out to some people and friends. And again, I reach out to people and say, hey, I'm in town from this time to this time. I would really love to hang out with you and see you. And then let whatever happens happen. I am not going to obsessively overdo it and continue to reach back out. Because if they want to hang out and do things, they'll make an effort as well. So that's kind of a new thing for me, where I'm just like, hey, whatever. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. I've done my part. I've reached out. I've said, hey, I would really like to get together. These are my availabilities. Let me know. So nothing really happened with two of the friends that I wanted to get together with. Another friend was sick, which they were actually trying to get together. And yeah, we just had a relaxing evening, just hung out at the house. The kids went outside and rode their bikes and rode the hoverboard and did some outside things while it was still light out and nice and sunny. So they've been really enjoying the outside activities as well. I would have to say that it's been really nice just being down here and then having some relief from the cold. I love the cold too, but I do, like I said, I feel just at home in Florida. And yeah, so relaxing night. Everybody hung out, ate dinner, watched a little bit of TV movies, and then we all kind of called it a night and went to bed. Tomorrow will be our last full day in Florida before we pack it up and head home. So I am anticipating, just trying to get to some last minute stuff and just enjoying the weather. But that was about it. And always, 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 I do my 5 minutes of meditation before and after in the morning and evening, just to bookend my day and put myself in a better space and place. Even though I do that, sometimes, like I said, these emotions do pop up, and the best thing to do is to acknowledge them. Not to push them down or push them away or be afraid of them, but just to acknowledge them. Hey, I'm feeling a little pissy today. I wonder why. And then kind of being detective and figuring out, oh, okay, so it's probably not anything anybody's done or said. It's just because I did this, sound bath and things are coming up and, shaking around and releasing completely. So, also I do that, when I'm in a situation where it's like, I haven't done some real self-care in a while. I've been doing the same old thing, and it's starting to become, a routine versus self-care. I also can tell sometimes when I'm holding on to obsessing about something or insisting something. And that also is when you insist upon creating the solution for something. Of course, you want to create solutions for things, but sometimes when you insist so much, it consumes you and it's overpowering and you're not thinking about it necessarily. And that's when you just acknowledge it. Hey, I'm obsessing about this. I need to acknowledge that and I need to release it and let it go. And whatever happens will happen. I've done my part of the work. I can't have control over other people's feelings, emotions, thinking anything, and just move through it. So that's my little soapbox advice for today. But yes, it was a great day, lots of fun, moved through emotions, got some things taken care of, and yes, went to bed, and it was kind of early too, so I'm not gonna lie, it was like 9:30. Everybody tapped out a little bit early tonight, but that's good, get a good night's sleep, be ready for the tomorrow, and I love you guys so much. I thank you for supporting me by listening, by subscribing, by commenting, sharing, and just being here and all the things. I just love you guys so much and appreciate your time that you put in by listening. So thank you, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.